Welcome to another episode of the iHealth podcast, where our goal is to deliver people what we do here in the clinic and what we're going to be doing in the future and how we'll help changing the healthcare industry. So that's our new intro. That's what we're going to say, because we're changing things.
Yeah, you just rebranded entirely.
We're disruptors.
Very nice. Very nice rebrand.
All right, so we have Ron and Matt here today, and a big part of today's podcast is going to be talking about some of our services that aren't physical therapy related. And we're bringing in the people themselves. Matt kind of helps run the marketing department and the training department, and Ron's like our lead trainer right now. So I'll turn it over to them to let them introduce themselves. We'll go from there.
Go first.
Yeah, according to you, I'm the media guy. And I'm never going to let you
Who
do.
did he say that
That was
to?
so
That
embarrassing.
was at our team brunch
Oh, yeah?
when we all went out and he decided to give a speech. And he was like, great new additions, Matt, the media guy.
In my
Media guy.
defense, there may have not been liquor involved.
Yeah. That's true.
I had to catch up with the party.
I'm Matt. I do the marketing for Iron Health. So, yeah.
That's it. There's nothing more
That's
exciting
it.
there?
In terms of what?
I don't know, who you are, your life.
Who I am? I play rugby, practice jiu-jitsu on and off. I can't say right now that I'm practicing jiu-jitsu because it's been a minute. But yeah.
Yeah, it's a rugby bro.
Yeah, I'm a rugby bro. Yeah.
They're the vibe. Like, a rugby bro is a certain type of guy.
Large dude with a mullet and like pit vipers shooting beer out of a boot.
What's a pit viper?
It's like the big sunglasses that are
Oh,
reflective and like the lenses are usually colored.
Like the
Yeah.
macho, like the
Like
macho
that.
man.
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, like the
like
Macho
that.
Man glasses.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Randy Savage definitely.
I like how those made a comeback, though.
Yeah, that's good.
That's 100%. I love how those made a
I'm
comeback.
waiting for the Morpheus glasses to come back. I'm
Ooh.
gonna bring them. I'm gonna get a pair of something. Just like straight one
Yeah.
little circles.
Joe's gonna be the guy that brings him back.
Yeah,
Just
For
put on
sure.
the full-on trench coat and everything.
yeah, I should.
Hell
In
yeah.
the summer.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Are you hot? No.
No Morpheus.
It's never hot.
All right, Ron. What about you?
Well, my name is Ron. I'm a personal trainer for Iron Health. I'm pretty much the entertainer as well. I'm a big people person. I love to talk to people all day. I I love to make people laugh. I'm super caring. I've been a personal trainer for about like 7 years. You know, there was like moments where I was like full-time personal trainer, and then sometimes like, you know, it's difficult to make it as a trainer. So I was kind of on and off. But then after like 2019, I really started getting into gear and chasing like what I wanted to do. And I fully went personal trainer, and, you know, like that's something I've always loved to do and something I was brought up to. And I knew that was going to be like my end game for everything. Like I felt like I should just stop like doing everything else that I was supposed to do and do what I wanted to do. Do you know what I mean? So then I got myself together, started like studying to become a trainer, and then I just fully went in, and I just ever since then I've never been happier. You know, going to jobs that like I didn't like to do, a 9 to 5, like I worked in a warehouse and all this stuff. It was like, but I was like working out every day, and it was like how am I not helping people right now? You know. So.
I think that's important. Like, just I don't know what your plans were for the topics, but I'm just gonna go on a
Let's just go.
shoot here. I think it's important to do something that you care about doing. You know, like before marketing, I was in construction in New York City, building and fixing elevators. I was absolutely miserable. You said you worked in a warehouse. Like, everyone has that job that they've done in their life that they absolutely hate, but I think it makes you appreciate the job you love so much more when you finally get there.
Yeah,
100%.
that's a really good point, because I can't imagine spending my days being miserable about what I'm doing. You know?
Yeah.
I for me, you know, to piggyback on that, like I was always meant to be a business owner. When I
Yeah.
worked for someone, I was miserable.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
tough.
It's just a different animal, you know, different perspective there. But that's so true. Like, how can you live your life being miserable? Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine, and you had a commute. You commuted an hour to the city, and then
An hour to the city in a work van where the AC wasn't working all the time. Not that my AC works now, but
me either. At Iron Health, we don't have working ACs in our cars. It's,
It's just a thing.
we like to struggle.
you, Ron, your AC was out. My AC's out. Darlene's was out. Jackie's was out.
It's a thing. It's a thing. It's good. It keeps you humble, because
Yeah.
you don't have an AC.
Yeah, there's no hanging out in your car when you get to work. You're going right in.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll stay the extra little bit so you don't have to go back out to that hot
True.
car.
I was like sitting in traffic the other day with it's like one of the hottest days in the week, and it was like I was in traffic for like 45 minutes. I'm literally just full on soaked when I get home. I took another shower. Like, it was crazy, ridiculous. I was so mad.
It's an experience for sure.
I was like, I'm so humbled right now.
It's good. You know, we should make it a rule here. Like, everyone Iron Health, no ACs
No
in your
AC.
car.
Everyone that applies to this job
Because
should
you
not have
have
an
to
AC.
be uncomfortable. Like it's it. You got to be uncomfortable to grow. It's a
One
growth
caveat:
lesson.
that rule has to come with a stick of deodorant.
Axe body spray you put in your car.
It's either that or you take a cold shower all the time. Frozen, like
Yeah.
not halfway.
Do
you know?
you do cold showers?
Yeah,
Every
I
day?
started that. I have this like new thing that I started this week with a couple of buddies of mine, where like we have to take a cold shower in the morning. It sucks. Like, at first, it was like really tough. Like, I felt like really nauseous when I got out of the thing. It was weird because my body wasn't used to it. But then after that, I swear, like all day was just amazing. So alert, so like chilled.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
like the cryo. You know, it's the similar premise of that.
I mean, the scientific like benefits behind it are so insane. I just can't bring myself to do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not worth it.
No. You should do it. You should listen to Wim Hof. You've heard of him?
Yes. Yeah.
That's exactly what I watched. That's where I got it from.
How do you and your buddies vet each other though? Like, yo, bro, did you take your shower?
Well, they're taking it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not- I'm not judging.
We have
No,
to.
no
Might
judgment
be
at
a
all.
thing.
Yeah,
no
we're
judgment
woke
at
here.
all.
We're woke here.
Yeah.
right?
No AC showers together. You guys
Yeah.
are real environmental friendly.
Exactly.
Absolutely. It saves water.
We're like, I call it like a fireman shower. You ever heard of that?
No.
It's like when you go in the shower, you wet yourself, you turn the shower off, you put soap on, and then you turn it back on.
Oh, wow.
It's overflow. So let's talk a little about training. You know, we can go off a tangent and just have fun this whole time, but let's circle a little bit back to training. Let's talk our ideal personal training client at Iron Health. You know, who is someone from our marketing side or strategy that we are looking to get in, and really for you, who's your ideal client, and then we can go into our treatment principles or our training principles, and from there, like what you do in the training.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, ideal client is I pretty much, being the person that I am and I've become throughout the years, like I'm almost like I pretty much want to help every single person in my life, right? So for my ideal client would honestly be anybody that needs like my help, right? So if someone's coming in and they want to like whatever their goals are, whether it's to be better at sports, lose weight, or they just want to look and feel better, I'll 100% dedicate myself to do what it is that they need. So ideal client for me is anybody that writes to me or texts me, or when you guys shoot me an email saying this person needs training, they want to talk to you and stuff like that. So like as soon as that comes through my pipeline, like I'm 100% in to help anybody. That's just who I am, you know?
Someone you want to help, that's good.
Yeah. And I think that helps me from a marketing perspective, because if Ron wants to help everybody, then we're marketing towards everybody. You know, I mean, I'm sure there are clients that you would prefer to work with because of what their goals are, but the fact that you have the knowledge and capability of helping anybody is ideal.
Yeah. I mean, there is certain people that like I click well with, like for example, like I know a lot about jiu-jitsu because I trained jiu-jitsu for a long time, and those like I know the body a little bit better in that sense because it's stuff I went through. So ideally, like those are like good ones to work with, but just in general, it's like very small compared to like me just helping people. Like, and I also gain experience from them. You know what I mean?
But do you think that has more to do with your experience as a trainer or just your personal interests?
Both, honestly, because I love jiu-jitsu 100%, and I also love personal training, and it's kind of like jiu-jitsu is what made me go into personal training even more and get more in depth with it, because I learned a lot about the body and stuff like that. And I always wanted to like learn how to strengthen myself in jiu-jitsu, even though it's a little bit hard because like jiu-jitsu demands so much of your body, like anything else. So like lifting weights is like, it's a little difficult, but like if you keep it where it's like more compound and more like moves that are very specific towards jiu-jitsu, like balance and stuff like that, then it's like it's a lot easier for you to transition both exercises. I mean, you're not going to do bodybuilding while you're being a full-time jiu-jitsu athlete. Like that's just crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But ideally, yeah, I mean, I click with it a lot more based on my own like experiences through jiu-jitsu. But on the other hand, like I said, like I'm like 100% like always up for helping people. Like I love changing people's lives. I love their reaction. Like I've always been like a teacher-esque in my entire life. Like I taught jiu-jitsu a lot, and like probably I did it for free for a long time. Like I just didn't pay tuition. And one of the biggest things that I got from it that made me feel good was like if they were in competition, like they would hit the techniques I taught them, or like they would say, hey, you know, I didn't stop believing in myself. You know what I mean? Because like you helped me and you told me to stop like making excuses for myself. You know what I mean? And that was probably, as cliche as it's going to sound, that's probably worth more than anything on this planet. Like that people like think about you in these moments, or like they'll be like, oh, because of you, I was able to do the things I'm doing today.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing I get from my clients today. It's just like I talk with them. We have such a great relationship. I can joke with them, and I throw some entertainment in there because I love being funny. I love being comedic. It's like who I am. I've discovered a lot more about myself being as a trainer and through my clients than ever in my life. You know what I mean? So they have all brought that out of me.
That's
you
good.
know?
I think it's good to, in a setting like this, you also work with a lot of people who are recovering from injuries, you know,
Yeah.
whether
Yeah.
it's jujitsu or a regular person who's like, hey, I just want to start getting fit again. What do I have to do to get into that? So I think it's something that we should highlight as well. You know, you're around the language enough to understand that, what the PTs do and how you can adjust things for them as well.
Yeah, 100%. Like that is something that's like new to me, where it's like since I've been working with you guys and like doing some like PTA and just learning about the body, and I always like watch you guys as you guys do your thing and talk to people about certain parts of the body and stuff like that and what stuff to do for rehab. So like I mimic that a lot, and that's where I've grown a new branch in like my personal training, that like if I have somebody that Iron Health has never seen or anything like that, and they have like a lot of back issues or something like that, where it's like it's not like something where like they would need PT for, but it's just like minor stuff, you know, in case like they're overweight, so like their body's just shifted more forward than back. I can definitely already know and attack that in different ways because of like the exercises I've learned through you guys and stuff like that, all the prehab and all that other stuff, you know what I mean? I think it's important that like I learn stuff like that, because you know it's always good to grow in other places instead of just being like, okay, I took my NASM certification, this is 100% like this is 100% valid for everything, where it's like it is to a certain degree. I feel like I've learned more just like being outside and just doing my own thing rather than just being behind a computer desk, you know. And being more hands-on. I'm much more of a visual learner and like doing it versus just like reading about it, and then like I'll read about something and I'll be like, what did I just
I
read?
feel like that's true for life.
Yeah.
100%.
Life experiences, right?
Absolutely.
Learn from experiencing everything.
100%.
So it's a good thing.
So you know, so basically after learning everything from you guys, I'm able to like pretty much really tackle everything pretty easily. You know, with assessments and stuff, like I've learned to do a really good like template for assessments. So like when people come in and they try to do their own thing, then it's like it's easy for me to break down because I know what.
How you breaking it down? Let's go there.
Yeah.
What is a training regimen? I'm a new person. I come in to see, and I don't think the listeners know you deem yourself the honorary CEO. I mean, I think that's
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's important.
that's important.
They should know that.
All right, just so you guys know.
I'm actually here to moderate the debate between who's going to be the CEO.
Listen. I try not to come out. I'm the guy that's in the shadows all the time. I pretend like I'm a regular employee. I'm like undercover boss. You know what I mean? So I try to like not come out here. I kind of let Joe run everything, and then I'm just kind of like. He'll talk to me about stuff, and I'm like, listen, like, I mean, I don't know. And then, like, sometimes we just have all these crazy parties. I'm like, what are we funding? Like what is up with this? Like, I'm always so mad. But it's fine. You know, I got my yacht. I'm chilling. Like, that's all I ever wanted, so it's fine.
Good for
But,
you.
yeah, if you guys are listening, I'm not the CEO. Wink.
All right, let's circle it back around now. New person comes to you. What's your training? What's your first? What can they expect? Their first assessment. What are you looking for?
Well,
What
when
are
they
you
first
doing?
meet me, it's already a done deal. That's 100%. Like I'm just so on it when I meet them. It's almost like
So on what?
like my personality. Like my personality is like what I draw people in with first. Like it's not like a. I'm not trying to make it sound like a trick or anything like that. It's just that my like number one thing is like. As weird as it's gonna sound, it's like, how do I make this person like my friend, basically, like in a professional level, obviously, but like, how do I make this person like part of my life? Like, I want to know everything about them.
Okay.
Can you say something?
No, I was just gonna say beyond like your personality, what is bringing the people like your personality brings the people in, but what would a plan of action look like
yeah,
for
I'm
them to
going
reach
there.
their goals? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I got you. So bringing the person in, obviously, we have our marketing like team doing our thing where we promote it and stuff like that. And then once they come in and I get the email from you guys saying like, oh, this person is interested, or the PTs, like once they're finished doing their all their sessions and stuff like that, like once they're ready to go back out into the world, once they're like healed, or even if it's somebody walking into the door, my first thing is I go up to them. I'll like have meet with them in person. I always suggest like, hey, let's do like a 40-minute, like 40-minute assessment, so we could get to know each other a little bit better. And then we pick a certain day. We meet on the day. I come in. I start off everybody with a stretch. I stretch everybody. I think it's super important to do that because it's, people are like working or they're just coming out of bed or whatever injury they have. It's always good to kind of give them a nice little stretch about like 5-10 minutes before the session, just so I can see myself where they're very like tight or where their range of motion is at.
And that's manual stretching, right? That's not them doing it on their own. You're actually
no,
taking
it's
them
manual
through the stretch.
stretching. If it comes to a certain point where like it becomes like something where I need like, I think it's actually. If it's like something they can't do on their own, I would do the 4 of them. But like there is techniques I would teach them, like foam rolling and stuff like that, because I think that is super important, super key. Even because I'm not always going to be there. If they're at home doing their own thing, they have to kind of learn how to do it on their own. And I think it's super important that they do. Because if not, they're just going to rely on me like once or twice a week, and you should be doing it for more than that.
So same principles as physical therapy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, once I get in the stretch, like that's kind of like my talk time with them, because like after I finish like stretching them, it's going to be a little bit more focused on like what's going on, where the imbalances are and stuff like that. So I try to like kind of not throw in my charm, but like this is where like I get to know them. I ask them questions. I get to like find out like what they do, what their previous experiences are. What their injuries are and stuff like that. Find out like what their life is like. What sports they play, if they do anything. Just like kind of just I don't know. I just roll off the cuff, and I just love talking to people. So then I'll kind of put my own spin on things, and they'll be like. It'll just somehow evolve into everything that they do in their life. Like their kids, like they have kids and they're having trouble picking them up, or like they play golf and their back hurts, and then like
Finding out what their goal is
exactly
through their actual personal experience.
Because like then I'll say a little bit of myself, that way it can be like a little bit relatable. It's just like, oh, I have back pain. I was like, oh, you know what? I suffer from that too. I'm a trainer too, and like I work out a lot, but it's just stuff I work at.
Yeah, goal setting is so important. I mean, even for life, I'm going to talk about it a little bit today in our meeting too. Did you guys set personal goals? I mean, I know we're going off a little bit, but
For the meeting?
For your life.
Oh, for my life? Yeah, of course.
What's one personal goal?
Personal
you're
goal?
on track for right now that you want to get to?
Oh man, that I'm currently on track for?
Yeah, put you on the hot seat.
Yeah, that's really on the hot seat. That's not fair. Can we go back to Ron?
I have a lot. I'll just.
That's fine. Take your time. I got
one will be I'm 145 right now. I want to reach 150 or 152 at least. Weight wise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to be a little bit bigger.
What's your driver? What drives you towards that goal?
Well, I don't have the driver right now because I can't work out because of my upper body, because of my wrist.
But that's not going to happen then. Like that's an important thing with goals too, right? Like you ever hear of push versus
I just eat
pull?
more. Yeah. I just try to eat as much as I can.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like to me, every goal has to have a driving force, because if you're pushing towards a goal, it's a lot harder than you're having something pulling you towards a goal.
Okay. So then my goal would be have I don't know, 20 clients, 20, 30 be stacked. Just kind of be off the front desk at this point.
Okay.
That's 100% what I want.
What's the overlying reason there?
To be off front desk?
What's pulling you towards that?
Because like I didn't want to be front desk, and it's kind of like I get it. Like
so good at it.
All right. The checks, man. Chill. That was one time. No, I mean, I love working front desk and I love talking to people, but it's just like, it goes back to like where it all started. Like, I was doing so many things because I had to do it because like I didn't have any other choice at the time. And it was like what everybody else wanted. But like now I want to do what I want. Right. And that's what like I've worked so hard for.
So that's your pulling factor. You want
Yeah.
to be able to do what you want. And so that's like that, you know. I'm asking these questions because it's a lot of like the research I do into goals and like how to create goals. And it's the same with your clients because it's like when I talk to someone who's like, oh, I want to be out of pain. I'm like, yeah, but what's your real thing? Like that's you being out of pain is not going to correlate to you doing exercises when you're not with me. You know, it has to be a pulling force. Like mine would be like, if I'm a weight goal, it's like, I want to be 220 because I want to be athletic in fighter shape and be ready to go. So like that's my
100%.
overlying like principle that's pulling me.
Right.
So that's,
Okay.
that's what I'm trying to. Maybe we'll do the second one for you, but let's hear Matt's gonna make on the hot seat.
I want to have my own art show. Like I want to display
Sick.
my art. I'm a sculptor. I'm a photographer, occasional jewelry maker, but that's just more an extension of sculpting. That was always what I wanted, just to have my own show. It could be a small gallery anywhere, but like I want to start showing my art again.
It's cool.
And that's why I take my camera everywhere I go. So
It's because you love it. Like that's like
Yeah.
that's like a passion. You just love
absolutely,
doing art.
absolutely. Like
It's beautiful.
everyone's like phone wallet keys. I'm phone wallet keys camera. So
Nice. Very cool.
yeah.
By when?
By when?
It's on the record.
It's on the record. Say by this time next year.
Okay, so 1 year Matt's gonna have an art show.
Yeah.
We'll do a podcast from the art show.
We'll go to the art
Yeah,
show.
we'll do a podcast from the
We'll have
art
all
show.
the art right behind us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be beautiful.
Cool.
We can
Good
make that
stuff.
happen.
Magnificent.
That's good. See, that's important.
Yeah.
Do you have another one, Ron?
Oh, my other one. Go back to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
I want to train jiu-jitsu again. Like,
Secretly to beat me.
yeah, secretly to be you. I mean, we're gonna have a great time when we
Yeah,
train.
we're
Don't
gonna
worry.
have fun.
It's all fun, man. Like it's weird because like the person that I fight the hardest the most, I smile the most. It's
Yeah.
so like nonchalant. I don't even notice that I do it. People get mad. I'm like, I'm sorry. I just really enjoy this match. And like, don't get it twisted. Like I'm smiling, but I'm not like sitting back and letting like. I'm not getting like destroyed. I'm like literally fighting back with a smile. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
crazy. I get like that in tournaments and everything. It's so weird. But it's like it's one of those things that like you just generally love, you know? And it's been such a big part of my life, helped me out through so much that like I cannot not let it like just fade away like that, you know, despite that like I need my body for like working out and stuff. I mean, maybe I won't go full blown like Monday through Saturday like I used to. I'll go maybe twice a week or something like that, but I eventually do want to get my black belt too.
Nice.
I was always like on my journal and everything, which I saw the other day.
Nice.
So it was
Gotta
nice.
Revisit it. Same. Same. That's a journey for sure.
100%. There's nothing like that sport. No matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not everyone could do it.
No.
It's too close. It's combat for everybody.
Yeah.
Some people don't like that.
Some people don't like going to the ground, which is weird because I mean, if you're gonna fight,
It ends
a lot
up
of the
on
times it's
ground
gonna end up
90%
on the
of time.
ground. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's true.
Do you think
Yeah.
it's the most useful martial art, just for real world situation?
Depends- I don't know. I
I
feel
don't
like
think so.
No.
I think
I
Muay
think it
Thai
de-
is.
I
Okay.
think it depends, but I think the ratio of it compared to everything else is very low compared to the other ones.
What do you mean?
Like if you're comparing that to like other martial arts, I feel like jiu-jitsu would be on the lowest end. I feel like it is useful in some. I mean, you never know. You could get.
I feel like it'd be
catch
on the
someone-
higher end. I feel like a combination of Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu is like
100%.
the
It's the
ultimate.
ultimate.
That's
Yeah.
the ultimate
Yeah.
combo
Like,
right there. Yeah.
Because if you're standing, you gotta, you know.
You need
gotta-
a strike.
You need to
I don't
strike
want to
with
rely
strike.
on having to take someone out.
Just pull guard on someone in the street.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah.
So I think Muay Thai is like the top, and then Jiu-Jitsu. But
Yeah.
if you're round, I mean, that's why MMA is so like
Yeah.
crazy, right? You don't know who knows MMA. Like
Yeah.
someone just come up to you, let's keep it.
They just
distance,
see that
one, two,
cauliflower and they're already scared of you, and they're.
If I see someone with cauliflower in the ear, I'm so nice to them
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah. Cauliflower
so
is
wild.
a giveaway.
I remember when I was only doing jiu-jitsu and like I would always see my friends like at bars and something. This was like when I was like 21, 22, and they'd be like, yo, you do MMA. I was like, I do jiu-jitsu, but thanks. You know what I mean? Like it's fine. I mean, I did do MMA. That's how I got into jiu-jitsu was I did a little bit of MMA. Then I got hit in the face and I didn't like that.
Yeah,
That was like not a good feeling. My ears were ringing. It was so weird.
Yeah, that happened to me before.
And then and then I just went straight to jiu-jitsu, and if people just saw me doing it, they would just automatically think I was like this fighter, and I was like, no. I don't like to do that because that's weird. Because then you get confrontational can happen, and I'm not confrontational at all.
Yeah.
I'm like very like, okay, cool.
I think that depends on the person.
Yeah.
You know, it's the person that trains jujitsu or any type of martial art to be ready in like a worst case scenario versus the people that take a martial art because they're an instigator.
Yeah.
Because they like to fight and they like the confrontation of it.
Yeah.
Those are the
Sure,
guys
so-
that get
so-
like destroyed the most on the mat, though.
Absolutely.
Or they
'cause-
quit.
Or they
early.
quit.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
they can't take losing. They're
Their
too
egos get
anxious.
hurt.
Yeah, it's all an ego thing for them.
But has this happened with you guys? Like, and it probably happens like as a good segue to your clients as well. Like, when I really got into jiu-jitsu and like I'm training weights, like my confidence goes up because like you can protect yourself, you feel good about yourself. Like it's multimodal there. Does that happen with you?
100%. Like the one when I was only training jiu-jitsu, so like all I was doing every day during like comp class and everything, I was training like probably 6-7 hours a day when I was full competition. So like every day it was always like push-ups, squats, jumping jacks, etc., all body weight stuff. Well, you know, which I love anyway because I love calisthenics. It was like I just kept getting bigger and bigger because the more you train jiu-jitsu, the hungrier you get. And I used to just eat so much right after that, like just plates on plates on food because you're burning like what, like 1,200 calories. in
Your body
jiu-jitsu?
becomes a furnace at that point when
Yeah.
you're doing jujitsu because it's so anaerobic and aerobic like mixed together that it just and it's so high intensity.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Especially like on certain days. So then like I would go to like the doctor for a checkup and it's just like my veins are just all popping out, like all this cardiovascular and I'm just lean and ripped. And it's just like, and then the doctors are like, I don't even need to like stick the needle that far. They just go boom, and then like, but like stuff like that like boosted my confidence because I was like, I looked jacked and I looked really good and I felt confident as you said because like it's like this one thing that not many other people do know. Like I was the only one out of my friend circle that did jiu-jitsu. I try to get them all in, and then they would like try to like test me, and then like I would choke them out. I made one of my friends pass out once. It was
Oh, man.
great. He
That's
was
sort of like what
funny.
Matt was doing this weekend.
Funny story. He was 270, big black dude. He was like in school. He was like my best friend, so they called us Robin Big. So like he's like 6'2", and he was like testing me on it, and I was like, all right, let's go to the mat. And then my professor was like cool like that. He's like, all right, let's see what happens. And then I got his back. I choked him out. He just dropped like so easily.
And they quit.
So funny. Yeah.
Do you see that with your clients too? Like they have you.
What, choking them out?
No, we don't do that.
You set them up for that one. Though.
We don't do that at Iron.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that one. We don't condemn violence.
I'm saying like confidence. They getting their confidence when they start working with you.
Oh, 100%. Like they like at first like they always come in like super shy and stuff like that when they're talking to me. And it's just like as like we get through that threshold of them getting stronger, they'll like text me. Like one woman that I train, she's a little overweight, and she came off one of our PTs, and she went down 2 pant sizes. So like even the pants she was wearing, she was telling me the other day, she's like, these pants I just bought them, and now I have to buy smaller pants.
That's awesome.
And she's just like, she loves it. She's killing it. She makes no excuses, And it's funny because she's always apologizing when she's not like on it. I was like, don't apologize. The fact is that you're here,
But that's
You can be-
also her taking ownership,
Exactly.
which is super important. And I think that goes back to the goals that we had, where like you have to take ownership of that. If you
Yeah.
don't, you're not going to achieve them.
Yeah.
So she knows her goal, and she's like, she messes up. She's apologizing to you, but really she's saying sorry to herself.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're almost like an accountability person right there to keep her on her ownership for sure.
I was like, you have no reason. Like, I was like, it's great that you feel that way, but you have no reason to apologize. I was like, just think that you're here in the moment. Like, you're not sitting at home. You could have stayed at home. You could have texted me and said, I can't come in. You could have made up an excuse, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Because you have something inside of you that's telling you, like, you got this, that you
Good.
can achieve whatever
It's a
you
good
want.
story. 2 pant sizes is a lot.
Huge when she told me that. And then another one is like she's had so much history of high blood pressure. Now it's regulated after like 6-7 years. That's because like she's been working out, and she comes in twice a week. I don't even let her do one. That's how close I am with her. I don't let her do one. She's like, oh, let me try one. I was like, no, you're gonna do 2. And she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like she like we have a crazy, like, we instantly when I met her we just clicked. Like I talk to her like regularly. Like she's so amazing, and I'm like, you do know, like I'm hard on you because I care about you a lot. She's like 100%. She's like, I love that you do that. She's like, don't let me get lazy, because I will 100%. You know.
She knows herself. That's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I have people like that too. You know.
Where do you see it going? Where do you like? You know, I think for us to circle around at like Iron Health, and obviously we're a PT company.
Ron
First.
Health. Ron Health.
Where's the training department going to go in? I think it'd be good for you too to start discussing that.
Yeah,
as well.
I think the mentality that we've kind of adopted over the last couple months is that the training we're treating it like a separate business entity within the Iron Health umbrella. So like, yes, we're focused on physical therapy, but that same energy is being put behind Ron and his personal training business here, and making sure we have a great trainer, great clients for him.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Great clients for him, and just, helping them reach their goals with, which is what we do across the board anywhere, whether it be the physical therapy or the personal training, the job is the same. Help people reach their goals.
Yeah. Very
Change
true.
lives. You know?
Yeah, I think that's going to be an important thing as we develop too. Like, there's really going to be a whole, like Matt said, like a whole training leg of Iron Health, and we're going to keep evolving it because it really benefits people. And our goal as a company is really to help. And this goes back to a pull, right? Like, we want to help 1 million people stay healthy, be the most healthy they can be, live without pain, and just live a really healthy life. So that's going to encompass all of these health modalities into that same umbrella, because that's our pull. Like, we're trying to help 1 million people. I might say 5 million, let's go big or go home.
How many people are there on Earth right now? All of those.
All of those,
Just
yeah.
that.
Every single person. Take over.
Iron Health International.
Yeah. And on whatchamacallit, on what's that, Facebook Metaverse.
Oh, the Metaverse.
Have the Iron Health
We should be
Metaverse.
the first PT clinic in the Metaverse, I think.
That'd be
That'd be
wild.
awesome.
Yeah.
If their avatars hurt.
If an avatar's there, we
Well, the avatar is connected to a person.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. That's right. You're
The
right.
hand on that. What do they call those suits? The heptatic suits.
I have no idea.
You guys don't know this.
No.
You guys are like bigger geeks than me.
I know.
Yeah.
I
You ever see Ready Player One or read
Yeah,
the suits that he
100%.
wears?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
don't know what it's
Yeah.
called.
I don't know what it's called though.
Yeah.
So it's something like that. Like,
Yeah,
it's your
I didn't
habitat.
know.
Like, you feel everything that it feels and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It's sick.
It's gonna change the world.
100%.
Yeah. So
It's
until
gonna be
then,
wild.
we'll be treating people in house, and we're a service business, so people will be coming to us for a long time. We're not like these businesses where you can work from home,
Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a positive thing.
Yeah, I can't be in my house for that long. It's wild. Like, there'll be moments where like if I'm like sick or something and I'm at home and I'm just staring at a TV for like X amount of hours, my back starts to hurt and I'm like so bored. I hate every minute of it. It's
Yeah.
just like, if I'm not productive or if I'm not doing something, like I flip out.
Then I feel guilty for it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Well,
You just
because we've all been exposed to challenge, and that's really where you grow.
Yeah.
And so once you get addicted to that, it's like, all right, how much can I take on? Can I tolerate?
Yeah.
But then, I think it goes back to doing something you love. Like, if you're working towards something you love and like that is helping you get towards your goal, yeah, you're going to feel guilty if you're not working towards that.
Yeah.
So,
True. I also think there's sometimes where you have to do things that suck,
yeah.
because like that's the, wake up and if you don't want to go to the gym, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I just want to snooze. I'm like, no, get up.
There's this, like, I'm on TikTok a lot, but I listen to a lot of motivational stuff. Like,
Side note, Iron Health starting a TikTok,
Yes.
You did?
supposedly, according to Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That'll be fun.
It's going to be our first video.
What's going to be our first video? We already have a couple of Ron's Workout Wednesdays on there. That's what I was using to edit those because it's just
nice.
easier.
Nice.
So
Can't wait
just
to get
post
back
them up
into
on there.
those.
But yeah, once your wrist is healed.
Oh, no, on Thursday. So on Thursday, I'll already probably be in the gym. I'll text you. I'm going to send a big group chat. It's go time.
Dude, when I tore everything in my wrist, the day that, well, one, I had the full sleeve cast because I had everything like reconstructed in there. And I was in the gym doing front squats 4 days a week because I just could not,
Yeah.
just with it rested on my shoulders. We put that back. As soon as the cast was off and I was in a brace, they had like the push-up handles. I was using those.
Yeah.
My doctor hated me for it.
Yeah.
But, everything's good now. So,
Thankfully.
yeah.
I mean, if I do full clenched fists to like show them, like, because I have to show, like, at this point it's whatever. I do everything with full fists, like I don't feel any pain whatsoever. I think that's like so key, like to make your forearm stronger too and everything. Like
What is?
like full
yeah.
fist push-ups and stuff like that, or like use the like you were doing the handles.
Mhm.
I was doing that most of the time. I barely even do it with like palms down.
Yeah.
Only
I think
sometimes.
there's an importance for both. You know, if someone doesn't have mobility and you want to work truly on strength, maybe a fist is good, but
Yeah.
you could work on mobility that way too,
Yeah.
like wrist extension. You need flexibility there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
will say that's something where I do lack from that because I never really got back into doing a push up like that.
Same.
So it feels a little weird if I ever. There have been times where I've fallen and like I've had to catch myself and just it felt weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah. Well, it's, you know,
100%.
you had a reconstruction. Your body's really never the same after that.
Yeah. Well, I also had a horrible PT experience.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Obviously, it wasn't Iron Health. It was.
I was
Threw some ice and stim on you.
Yeah, that's all it was. And they did. I don't know the little infrared laser thing, and I was like,
It doesn't work.
no,
Yeah.
I know.
Also, going back to the what you were saying earlier about hitting the snooze button, like there was this guy that I was seeing on TikTok that was like, he's like, the difference between motivation and discipline is that motivation is like, it's temporary. Like it's kind of like, it's like you choose the difference between hitting the snooze and not. When you're disciplined, you don't think about the snooze at all,
Yeah.
right? You just get up before the snooze. Or like if it's raining, you're just like, okay, I'm just going to put on a jacket. Let's go. You know,
Yeah.
versus like, oh, it's raining. I feel like crap. Like whatever. I listen to that every morning now. I saw it like 2 days ago.
Is that Goggins?
No, it's
Sounds like a David Goggins thing.
no,
Does.
it's another guy that's been on the I don't know. He was on like this like. Do you guys ever see that those like guys that talk about like how like I don't know. It's kind of, I don't want to say the wrong thing because like, you know, we're on the podcast, but like that podcast gets a lot of shit for like saying stuff about like women and stuff like that. So then it's just like, but like he
Oh,
came.
I know
you
who you're
who-
talking about.
the Fresh Fit podcast, and he's a bald dude.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's not even say his name. I
Let's
think
not
we all
even
know.
know.
But no, like he says some good, like he kind of moved away from that though. Like he just says what he's on his mind, but like some of his motivational stuff is great. Like
Yeah.
away from that, obviously, not saying that, but you know what I mean. But like he was saying that the difference between like someone who's motivated versus everybody has to be disciplined, not motivated. Like motivation is such a like a cliche
It's
word
transient.
now.
Motivation is transient.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
motivation is the time from January 1st to February 1st.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's motivation.
Well, I think motivation's external and discipline's internal. So like motivation can come from an outside source, but the discipline has to come from within yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you can listen to a video and get hyped up, and you know what? Some days disciplined people need that. Like everyone has their down days, but the fact that they're able to continue to go through it and whatnot is what makes them disciplined versus motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And that's like one thing that like sometimes like I'll like when I talk to like people about like them being like motivated versus disciplined, like I used to like work out with a buddy of mine, and like he's married, has kids. He's really good at working out. Like when I tell him to do stuff, he does it, and he's gotten like great results. I've helped him lean up and everything like that, and then he'll just fall off. He's like, I'm just not motivated anymore, and that gets me so mad. Just like when people tell me that like they can't do anything or like they choose not to do something, it's like I feel like it insults me a little bit, because like I believe in everybody. Even if I just meet you in the street, like, and you just talk to me about some of like your goals, like whenever I date and I meet a girl and like they'll tell me like stuff that they want to do, it's like, and then they tell me that like, oh, but they took it away, or like, or something happened, or and I was right, or something like that, right? And I'm like, there's always a way. Like even if it's like, even if you can't do it like this anymore, there's another way. Just like if I can't do like push-ups with my palms down, easy, switch to fist.
Yeah.
You know, there's 100 ways for you to work out your body. Just like there's thousands of ways for you to get back to doing what you love to do. Like it's always like they're like, oh, I have to do this. I'm like, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You like, maybe temporarily you do, but like that's what's gonna get you to where you want to be at. And it's so hard. Like it doesn't like piss me off. It almost makes me like upset and like sad, because it's just like it feels like you're just trapped in this like loop of like,
because you know that if you put your mind on it and you go through it, you can get to it.
Mhm.
People quit 75% in sometimes. You know.
Yeah.
I was listening to
Yeah.
a podcast this morning. They were talking about Army Rangers and how 70% of them quit 3/4 in.
yeah,
It's absurd. 3/4, they got a quarter left and they quit.
Mm.
So people just don't see it to the end. And, you know, like the more I do this, the more I realize like you can't get frustrated with people who do that. Like our job as like PTs, as coaches, as a business owner, my job is to always push people to get the most out of them and to try to help them see that they can get the most out of themselves. But it's not always gonna, I'm trying to bring people up from a certain percentage to another percentage.
Yeah.
Not everyone's gonna be able to do that, and that's okay. You have to live with that.
That's
So,
like my gift and my curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you really care.
I
But it's
give
a
a
part
lot.
of it that people, it's not gonna go.
Yeah.
It's also grit. I was thinking about something like discipline is motivation plus grit. It's a good one. It's a good way to put it, right?
That's like,
Yeah.
that's like,
Grit's a good word.
Yeah.
Not everyone
It's
has
very
grit.
new,
Like,
too.
It's newer. It's not trendy.
Yeah,
We got to make it
yeah.
trendy. Make grit trendy.
I think it's becoming trendy.
Yeah.
Having the grit, having the grind, like loving the grind
Yeah.
for it. But yeah,
the grind hasn't been used for a while either. It's like
that's
Yeah.
fallen off.
Yeah.
That one's fallen off.
Because the grind has like a kind of like a bad connotation towards it.
yeah.
Maybe the grit replaced that connotation. I think when people think about the grind, they think of people who just like work and don't have a somewhat of a balance.
Yeah,
Versus like to me, at least to me, grit is like you're gonna do what you have to do. Like you're gonna still have a balance, but if stuff comes up, you're gonna deal with it because that's what you got to do. That's
Yeah.
your grit, and you're not gonna stop.
yeah.
Like I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
No, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Iron Health in the future. I mean, this is something we could bring here. How we're going to start to incorporate a supplement brand.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is good. This is
we
good
figured that out.
conversation talk because Matt's here. And Matt,
Man.
Matt was an ambassador. Oh, yeah. So don't send this to your former employer.
It's my former employer. Yeah.
We're not stealing your brand. We're not white labeling it. We have Matt looking at the labels. But it's going to be important for us to again, we want to try to help 5 million people, right? We'll say 5
Yeah.
million.
We'll say 5 million.
Change
5
their
million.
lives, bring their health. So to me, a couple things I want to bring under the umbrella of Iron Health are going to be the Iron Health energy drink. We're coming for Celsius.
Oh, snap. Like 90%
Just
of the...
replacing the Ardsley office's intake of Celsius with the
Ridiculous.
Iron Health energy drink will tank Celsius stock. with how much Celsius we drink in that office.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, straight up.
Yeah, so that's gonna be
Everybody
part of it.
drinks it there.
Everybody. Everybody.
It's not even the best one, I don't think.
Well, you like the C4,
C4 Energy is
the
good.
Smart
C4
Energy.
Smart Energy.
Smart Energy, yeah.
That's good. That's a good one.
Right.
More focused than it is like hype.
Yeah. No, I like that one. Anytime I go back to like the classic sugar-free like White Monster, I don't know. Like whatever caffeine they're using in that hits for me.
Oh, that's your brand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. I've tried all of them. Like I will try any energy drink you put in front of me.
Even
But I
Bang.
always go back
What
to
do you
the-
think about Bang?
Sugar-free White Monster.
Yeah, they're just the yeah.
Try it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what it is, but that one hits. What did I think
the
of
marketing
Bang?
Gotcha.
Bang, funny story about Bang. Every time, so I used to work for a supplement company. We would always have a booth at the Arnold, and at the Arnold's, the Bang booth would always be right next to our booth.
It's a good booth.
They would give us free energy drinks, which was awesome, but their music always overpowered us trying to talk. So by the end of day one, no one at our booth would have a voice because we're trying to talk over that. The first year I was there, they had a brilliant idea to throw samples of full free cans into the crowd. And one hit one of my coworkers in the back of the head.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, so I've had kind of like, I like their energy drinks, but I hate them as a brand and as a company because they're so
wild.
dumb.
Yeah. I do like their marketing style though. They're pretty smart with what they do.
Do you know their CEO has gone bankrupt like 5 times?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's just public knowledge. I can
Yeah.
bring
Yeah.
that out. But he used to own VPN, which was like Redline
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he restarted and just rebranded.
Constantly. That's just all he does.
Wow.
He goes bankrupt with one company and he brings it back around. But now Bang is kind of like actually taking him mainstream. So I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think he's got some checks and balances now.
Yeah. Energy drinks became a rage the last couple of years. They've blown up so much. I mean,
so
Celsius is
many out
Coca-Cola,
there.
right?
Is it?
Celsius is GMC. Is the owner of GMC, from what I
The
read.
car company?
No. I mean, GNC, sorry.
Oh,
No,
really?
definitely not. Definitely not. Because
Are you
GNC
sure?
was like borderline bankrupt. And if it's all in the same company,
That's
for
so
sure
strange
not.
because I tried Celsius for the first time the other day, and then I was typing it in on the computer like what was going on, and that's what it said. I
Huh.
could be wrong. I mean, I could look it up again at some point, but
We'll
Yeah,
look it up. I
I'm
thought it was
sure.
Coca-Cola.
That's wild. If
I
it's
thought like one of the
Coca-Cola.
big companies owned it.
Really?
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, I've only had it
Don't hold me
once.
to that.
I had it once like last week.
But-
I don't drink much energy drinks. I don't mess with that.
I like energy drinks. Like
I love 'em.
some
Oh,
are
wow.
too much. You know, we're addicted. That's why we got to get an
Very
iron
much
health
addicted,
one, and it's
yeah.
coming. It's
Yeah.
coming.
You know which ones
No.
have really good flavors? Ghost.
Yeah.
They started as a supplement company, but then they came
Ghost
out with
is like they target gamers. You know, it's like Sour Patch. Like Ronnie likes Ghost.
they
I've never had it.
You know, really?
No.
they target what's trendy.
I've
you know,
never
so
even
they
had
had-
G Fuel. That's like a
That's
like
a gamer
That's
one. That's a gamer.
100%.
G Fuel is gamer.
Yeah.
Ghost, they definitely did make like when esports started blowing up. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to sponsor the biggest esports team, and
Because technically that's a sport now. Did you know that? It's
yeah,
like
I know it's
clarified
good.
as one.
God, I hate
That
that so
weird?
much though.
It's like
Yeah, that's
actually
so
a
much.
sport now.
I know.
Matt hates it because rugby's barely a sport.
I'm
Imagine
sorry.
that.
What?
That's so wild.
No one has ever said that to me. People have tried to make the argument that
Now
like
he's even
football's
more
better
mad.
than rugby,
That's
but
bad.
at no
That's
point was
bad.
anyone ever like rugby's not a sport.
Rugby's like, you know, like one of those like secondhand ones. It's like soccer in
that
America.
In America, yeah, I'll
Yeah,
give that
yeah,
one to you. I'll give that
exactly.
one to you.
I'm sorry,
I've
Matt.
fully lost my train of thought.
He's so
hurt
mad.
his
All he
feelings
sees
so
is
bad.
red. All he sees is red now.
We were talking about Ghost.
You're talking about ghost
Right.
gamers.
So, I mean, they came out with like a pre-workout specifically for gamers, which was weird to me, but
So crazy.
it makes no sense. You know what I hate? I used to go around to the gym, and if someone was texting on a machine, I would say like that I wanted to use. I'd go up to them and be like, "Hey, how many sets of thumbs do you have left?"
Yo, that's sick. I love that.
Just to try to get them like off the machine. Like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm done. Like, just, okay, good. Now they can be like, "Oh no, I'm training for a tournament."
Oh yeah, now you're
Yeah, it's like no, this is actually I'm super sending.
yeah.
Jesus.
That's funny, man.
You,
Can't
you
do
ever
that
seen
anymore.
you ever seen Pumping Iron when
course.
Arnold talks about people texting in the gym?
No, he didn't talk about.
Oh, no,
Texting
he-
didn't
no.
exist
wasn't a
when
thing back
Pumping
then,
Iron
man.
came out.
No, it
the
wasn't.
70s.
No. I'm sorry. I had that wrong. No, he was there was an interview from Muscle Farm. Remember the brand Muscle Farm?
Yeah.
They do supplements and stuff, right?
Yeah, I know muscle form.
And he was talking about like pumping iron and stuff like that, and he's like the one thing I don't like in the gym is like these kids that are texting nowadays. He's like, what is this stuff? This Mickey Mouse stuff. I was like, it just had me rolling.
Yeah,
It was
that's
so
good.
funny that he's like so old fashioned and like his accent is just like Mickey Mouse. I was like, what is that? What does that even mean?
Yeah, what does that
Like,
even mean?
you know, I thought it was so funny.
That's funny.
Oh, he's a vegan now, so.
Oh yeah. Let's
Yeah.
not even get into him. So. But I do want to revisit Pumping Iron. I want to get
Pumping
to that
Iron
again.
is so
It's such a
good.
classic movie. You know,
Oh,
a
it's so
shame,
good.
Like what happened, but whatever.
Yeah.
Let's not put that in. All right, let's wrap this up, Ron. If anyone wants to get more information from you or from you, Matt, about training, what's the best way for them to?
You can either hit us up on our Instagram, powered by Iron Health. Email me at ron@ironhealth.co, or what is it, Matt at
Ironhealth.co. Yeah.
Or TikTok. What's our TikTok?
Or
TikTok.
TikTok, powered by Iron Health.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
Socials are always powered by Iron Health. YouTube, powered by Iron Health. So,
That's what our energy drink's going to be too.
powered by Iron Health.
Yeah.
Powered by
All
Iron
right.
Health.
Thank you guys for listening. Check us out. Give us a like. Help us grow. And if you're interested in any of these services, hit us up. If you want to learn more, if you want to be on the podcast, let us know. Let Matt know.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Later.
Bye.